I'm on a mission to learn every instrument in the orchestra, and this is week 2 and week 3 of learning the oboe. I left off last week being able to play just about 2 octaves on the oboe, and I was primarily focused on learning my chromatic scale so that I could build a solid foundation for practicing fingering. Here's my progress on those scales so far. And here's the chromatic scale. If you've noticed that my A and B are kind of flat, don't worry, so have I. Now, I really don't like making excuses for myself, but I talked to my instructor about it, and after playing around with my oboe for a little bit, he told me that it's just relatively old for a woodwind instrument, and those notes are simply out of tune. So trust me, there are plenty of mistakes and bad sounds that are entirely attributable to me and my lack of skill, but at least in this case, it's due to the instrument. That also means that my A and B will be permanently flat for the rest of the series, so we can all be sad about that together. In related news, apparently not all instruments get better with age. I thought that the older the instrument, the better it sounds, but my instructor told me that because of the fluctuations in humidity that occur in the oboe every time you play it, the wood actually wears out after a while, and professional oboists typically buy a new one every few years. Anyway, back to the video. Like I said, I've been practicing the chromatic scale this week, and it's coming along okay. It's certainly taking me some time to get the fingering down, but actually I think the hardest part is being able to adjust the lips and the breath support in the different registers. As with a lot of breath-powered instruments, the higher registers require a small amount of air at a high velocity, and the lower registers require a large amount of air at a low velocity. So this is week 3 now, and in this exercise I'm starting at the very bottom of the oboe's range, a B flat, and going up and down 2 octaves. As you'll be able to tell, the sound is pretty inconsistent between registers, and that's because I'm not used to adjusting my airflow and pressure like you need to for the oboe. You may also be able to notice that my oboe position has changed pretty dramatically since last week. Well, apparently I've been watching a lot of European oboists on YouTube, and they hold their oboes almost horizontal. American oboe technique prefers a lower angle on the instrument and a higher angle of the chin, so that's another thing I've been working on this week. Here you can see my progression from week 2 to week 3 in the chromatic scale. First of all, my range has expanded on the lower end down to the B flat, and secondly, I'm able to play the scale much quicker and without hesitation. Or at least, without much hesitation. If you haven't checked out my video on week 1, feel free to click on that link in the upper right hand corner, and if you want to follow my progress on learning the oboe or any other instrument, subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, have a great day, and thanks for watching.